Hello guys, this is Alexandre, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to change the intake manifold on a BMW 1 Series, the N47 engine. For this repair video we will need an adjustment motor. This is the following part number 170535. We also need the gasket for the shut-off valve or the accelerator butterfly valve. This is the part number 11617801943. This is original BMW. This is OE. This is the intake manifold OE as well, 177048. So let's get started. First we remove the engine cover, then we have to remove all this clutter, all this stuff from around here. So after removing the cabin filter, you have these many screws, 3 over here and 2 over here, so that's 5 in total. 1 over here, 1 over here, 2 over there, and 2 over here. Then you remove the rubber seal in front of the air filter, and then we have to remove this cover over here. Now to remove these covers, you have one pin lock over here and one on the other side, same for the right one as well. Then you unclip the electrical connector over here on this sensor and on that sensor as well, and you have 2 M8 screws, actually not M8, with 8mm socket. So then you will have one more connector over here, push pin type, like something like that, and then we need to pull it towards the front of the car. Forgot to tell you about this electrical part, so you have to just pull it out, and that's kind of it. And this you pull towards the front, and that's removed all the way. Next, you have some clips on this insulation. You also can unscrew this nut if you want to, but it's not necessarily needed. Anyways, you're gonna get some errors along the way, so it's best if you disconnect the battery from the trunk. So we are now left to remove these tension bars with a E14. You have access through here. That's this cap over here. So we removed the tension bars, we removed the alternator charging pole, we removed the sound deadening from the top of the engine, and now we're left with the intake manifold. So in order to work properly, you have on this side these 2 metal brackets which hold in place a few things. So we'll see exactly what we remove. Okay, so next step is to remove the electrical connector from here, that one, then grab them from underneath, remove this screw over here, this one, small one. It's with an E6 Torx socket, E6, and after that we will be able to raise up the electrical wiring and have a bit more space to work on. This is a bit difficult to remove the electrical connectors. The thing is that after you remove this part, you have to screws with the 10mm socket, and then you have a little bit of wiggle room to maneuver everything outside. So it's not enough to remove the 5 bolts of the intake manifold. You also have to remove the accelerator butterfly valve, the shutter valve, whatever you want to call it. It's also dirty, we have to clean it a bit. Now what's left is the EGR pipe, which is over there. It's not in a very good position. So the EGR goes here, and you have some pipe over there. It's not a pretty easy job here. So finally the intake manifold is out. You just have to pry it out. It's no other secret. In the end you just need to remove it by force, because the EGR pipe will stay fixed onto the intake manifold over here, and you have this O-ring which will keep everything in place until you pull it out. So that's it. We had 2 swirl flaps inside the intake runners, but disaster was averted. Nothing wrong happened. Now it's just a matter of transferring the EGR pipe of the old intake manifold and onto the new one, but first we have to clean it. So we have cleaned the EGR pipe, or you can buy a new one with a new sensor. I don't give a... You have to clean the mating surface as best as possible. We did our best. Okay, so now let's put some grease on this O-ring so that it will slide easily in this zone, and well, you just have to wiggle it in position, and once it's in position you have to fish these 2 hoses, or electrical, one's a hose and the other is electrical wiring, into these brackets. Then just have to tighten the bolts. So the intake manifold has been tightened in 2 steps. First step is 5 Newton meters to sit everything down properly. So first screw is this one, the second is this one up top on the left, third is this one by the alternator, fourth is that one by the firewall, and fifth is this one on the middle, top side middle. And basically now it should be fully fixed in position. The only thing which you need to do is remove the install the intake flaps, swirl flaps, whatever you want to call it, shut-off valve, butterfly valve. The intake manifold is in position, the intake shut-off valve is in position as well. Now we just need to connect this big tube, intake tube, and now just push it. Like that. And the easy part, connect this one Yep, just one way. Seems that it doesn't have a security clip. Ah, we have it. So that's it on this side of the engine. One more bolt which we have to put in here. Everything is buttoned up. Two more bolts over here that we need to put. The hidden connectors are attached. Everything is in place. This clips is in place. The sound deadening material, you have to push it in between the engine and the firewall. Then you have those plastic clips, that one and that one on the other side. Okay, now we just have two more small screws. Don't mind the big screws, those are from the old intake manifold. So these two small screws are to be used on the cover which goes up top on the engine. Now this nut will secure the pole for the alternator. So we have tightened the central bolt, we've tightened the side bolts, and now we have to put this cover on with the sensors facing up. And be careful that it has a channel over here and some guide grabs, pins or whatever you want to call them. This goes on the top of the seal and these go on the bottom of the seal. So we just have to wiggle it in. So this top cowling has been installed back in. The side covers have been installed on both sides. Now we just have to put this weather seal and the cabin filter back on its position.